Hi everybody, it's Amy from Winterwood Studio. Welcome to this week's video. It's a mishmash video again, and this is future me popping in because my week took a bad turn Wednesday morning and nothing went from plan from there on out, so I'm refilming the beginning. I did manage to finish my pastel piece that I started last week for possibly submitting to the Pastel Society of America, so there's footage of that in here. I was going to do a challenge this week where before I started work each day, I was going to create art for 30 minutes first, and that lasted I think through Wednesday, and we'll talk about that because again, bad hop in the week. I also did manage to swatch my landscape set of Sennelier Oil Pastels. I said that weird. My Sennelier Oil Pastels landscape set. So there's going to be footage of that and what I think on my first use of these. I did start drawing a piece with them as well, but I didn't finish it because of the way my week went. So that'll have to be up in a different video. And then something else I wanted to talk about today is something I keep seeing in the comments about how often a real artist does art. So we're going to talk about that, and the way my week's going, I might end up talking about burnout too. So I have my cup of mint tea finally today, so grab yourself something cozy to drink and come on in and let's chat for a little bit. Okay, so this, like I said, is future me coming back in to start the video because things went so badly wrong. It's not anything like super big deal, but I've been under a lot of stress lately between, you know, my son's health issues and my shoulder and trying to prepare ahead of time for surgery. And I pulled a couple late nights early in the week. I woke up Tuesday night in a flare of my autoimmune stuff. So Tuesday night I went to sleep at like 10:30 and I woke up at 1:30 and I never got back to bed because I was in so much pain and, you know, all the other issues that I have. And I thought maybe I would, sometimes it's just like a one night thing and I'm fine the next day, but I wasn't. Wednesday night and into Thursday morning, again, I went to sleep at 10:30. I was up by 12:30. This time I at least managed to get back to sleep around 3. That's where the whole book recommendation thing that I had pop up at the beginning, because I forgot to say it, came in. I did read a new book while I was up in the middle of the night while everybody else was sleeping. I'll pop it up here probably. It's The Humans by Matt Haig. And it was a good book to read when I was feeling sorry for myself, I guess. You know, I try not to do that. I try to just soldier through, but you know, every now and then I feel like, you know, it's not fair, and I know that's not productive to think that, and life's not fair and all of that, but yeah. Anyway, the book is a really good book. It's about it's a odd plot line. It's about an alien that comes to Earth and takes on like a human form to stop humans from progressing our technology to the point where it would destroy us. And that's how I'm not doing a good job describing it. It's actually like a heartwarming, thought-provoking, like kind of deep book. I recommended his book, The Midnight Library, a couple months ago, which is also another really good book. And I like that one so much that I got this one to read and finally read it while I was up alone in the dark the last couple of nights. So I really like this one too. Maybe even more than The Midnight Library. So I definitely recommend that you should check that out if you're interested in it. I'll link it down below, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm really sleep deprived, you guys, so. Yesterday I went to get gas and I got back in the car and I went to leave and I thought I had it in drive, but I put it in reverse and luckily nobody was behind me. I don't think clearly and I make mistakes when I'm tired. And I was, if you follow the live streams, you know I canceled Thursday's live stream because my symptoms were so bad I couldn't physically sit here for an hour or an hour and a half and get through the live stream. So that's where we're at with that. It has not gotten better yet. I'm hoping it's just a few day flare. I mean, that happens sometimes. Sometimes I'll just have a few days where symptoms like kick up and then they settle back down and I'm fine for months. So that's what I'm hoping. And let's see, what else did I do this week? I did do a whole art journaling video for a sponsor that is going to be coming up. I can maybe sneak in a little bit of footage here. But that is a sponsored video that will be coming up, so stay tuned for that. And now I will kick it back to future Amy, who is in a lot better health place than I am now. And we will start the video. Okay, bye. So, like I said, it is Monday. It is not Monday morning. I have been working already this morning, it's 1:12 already. And it has been, so I'm starting to, plan content ahead for when I'm having my surgery. And I started this morning by starting to plan out the sketchbook club prompts on my Patreon up through, I think I'm up through the middle of May. So I, took the kids to school. I came home, I did yoga, I had breakfast, and I got to work at about 8:45-ish. And I worked all the way through until about noon, at which point I walked the dog, came back, had some lunch, and took Miss Farita out while I ate my lunch so she could run around, and now I'm back to filming. And this is not an abnormal day for me. So that brings me to the comment that was in the video. And I don't even remember really what we were talking about, but I do remember that someone was like, well, I know you make art every day, and then blah, 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 blah. And I don't remember the rest of the comment. It was that part right there. Yeah. And I want to say that is absolutely not true. I do not make art every day. I would love to make art every day. I used to make art more frequently when I didn't have the YouTube channel. And I think that's one of the misconceptions about like having a YouTube channel. Like, I had it, I thought, ooh, I'll get to just make art all the time and film it and it'll be awesome and I'll love it. I would have to say it's like 80% non-art related work and 20% of my time is spent making art now. I am lucky if I get to make art 2 days a week. If I'm specifically filming like a tutorial or, a video like that, then I'll get to work a little bit more. But it is not like it used to be. And just also in the, in the interest of honesty, I've never been someone who did art every day. Before I had my YouTube channel, I'd say 4 to 6 days a week, 4 to 5. It was probably more often about 5. I have other responsibilities. I think most of you probably know I have a family. I have kids. One of my children has a health problem. I have health problems. I have all the childcare tasks and stuff to do too. So like, all the cooking, and I cook all of our meals. Like probably like 95% of our meals are home cooked by me because of the health problems. So that is labor intensive, as is the grocery shopping for it, which I, am also responsible for. And, a good portion of the cleaning and the house care and stuff, that's on me, and chauffeuring people to places they need to go, and taking people to doctor's appointments, and, walking the dog and taking care of the pets. Like, that's all on me. So, my amount of time to do art has never been like I can just work all day sort of thing. And it hasn't been for a very, very long time. 14 years, 15 years. I'm probably like most of you. I have to sneak in art time here and there, and one of the things I think that has been making me so unhappy about my YouTube channel is just how much non-related art work there is, and how much time it takes up. Because I've mentioned also before, I'm a one-woman show. I do all the filming, all the editing, like all the emails. I don't have any sort of agent. I have to answer all the sponsor emails and negotiate with them and do the contracts and all of that. Again, all on me. So, combined with my other duties as a woman and a mother and a wife, there's not a lot of time left. Sometimes by the time I'm done making supper and cleaning up after that and then getting the kids to bed, I'm just so tired I just go to bed myself, And it's just, I think it's back to that whole, I've talked about how when I see an art studio that looks really clean, I'm wondering how do they even make art in there. Yeah, if you have any other sort of responsibilities on you at all, like, it's a-okay not to make art every day. That being said, I do wish I could make art more, and I miss where I could spend 4 or 5 days a week doing art. So much so that this morning I decided that, so you know, I normally, like I just said, take the kids to school, come home, do some yoga, have breakfast, and then I usually sit down and make a list of everything I need to do for the day. And then today I did half an hour of working on my pastel piece before I started working on all the other YouTube related stuff, business emails, all of that. And I think I'm going to try to do that this week and see how that goes. Half an hour in between, like, you know, morning routine time and starting work time, just to work on a piece for myself. And we'll see how that goes. It was fun this morning. I didn't want to stop after the half an hour, but I had so much work to do, I knew I didn't have a choice. So, no, I don't make art every day. And since I started this channel, I make art even less than I did before. I did still, you know, I made 33, not sketches, because I sketch sometimes here and there. I sketched some hedgehogs while I was waiting for my son at one of his appointments last week. Maybe I can pop a picture of that page in my sketchbook while I'm in my car in here. I don't know how other people who have YouTube channels manage their art, especially if they have family responsibilities. But that's how I'm managing, and I'd like it if I could find a way to squeeze in more art. We'll see how the 30 minutes a day thing goes. So that's what I knew I wanted to talk about today. And I am going to get back to work. I'm starting to plan out all the content that I'm going to need to have done between the surgery and, you know, the recovery time. So I'm working on sketchbook tier level on my Patreon right now. And then I will work on the video tier over there, the tutorials, as well as the YouTube stuff. So I have a super busy week this week. I'm going to try to double up and do as much work as I can doing videos, you know, for now and the future, and we will see how everything goes. I am kind of hoping that one of the videos I can shoot this week is swatching all those art supplies from my January haul, the golden acrylic paints, the golden interference paints, the Posca markers, and the Liquitex acrylic inks. I'm really hoping to shoot that this week because I love making swatches and doing swatching, so that should be like a fun, relaxing thing. Maybe I could do that Wednesday, which I think is also Valentine's Day. So let's get going and continue on with this week and keep working. Hi everybody, are you crooked? I don't know. This is just for a minute anyway. So it is Tuesday, a little bit before lunchtime. Pardon the noise if you hear the air cleaner running. I was working on my pastel piece, so I'm not going to shut that off. It should just be a second anyway. I think it's done, my first one. I'll pop in some footage here. I think this might be one that I might be submitting to the Pastel Society of America in April if I can get my stuff together before surgery. I enjoyed this. I think the finished size was 12 by 18 inches. And it's all unison pastel with a little bit of Rembrandts in there. And I had a lot of fun with it. And I'm going to eat some lunch. One of the videos I wanted to film for, well, my pre-filming for during surgery is trying the Sennelier Oil Pastels for the first time. If I can remember where I put those, they're right here. So I think I might do this after lunch. I still have not tried these. I got them, I think, back in November, right before everything went bad with my arm. And this would be something I would like to do today, this afternoon. Beautiful. They're untouched, you can see. Oh no! I worked late last night. I don't know if I put these in the right spots or not, but I'm working on pre-doing my Patreon stuff as well. I have the sketchbook club stuff all done through April, but I need to get to mid-May just in case I'm in the thing for 8 weeks instead of 4 to 6. So I would like to finish that up, but I can do that later tonight after, like, the kids are in bed and stuff. Filming is hard. So I think I might eat some lunch, take Miss Dita out. I'm going to pop in a really cute picture of her right here. I got her a strawberry house and she's loving it. But then I started feeling like maybe she needed something springish. So that's supposed to come today. If it comes, maybe you can see a picture of her in that too. She had like a whole spa weekend this weekend. She had a bath. She got all cleaned up. Her toenails, like, I mean, I didn't take her anywhere. I do it myself. I took care of her toenails. I did a whole house refresh in her little house. Took everything out, cleaned everything down, put all fresh stuff in. And one of her houses is looking a little raggedy. She had a blue moon and star one, and I think I'm going to replace it with the spring one. So, alright. I think I'm going to have some lunch and take Dita out for a little bit. I ended up working longer on that pastel piece than I meant to, but I'm glad I got it done. And it is day 2 of working. I mentioned it yesterday, I think. Each morning after I do, today was cardio, so I did cardio. Yesterday was yoga and strength. So today, I mean, yeah, to the best that I can with one arm. Hands-free yoga, stuff like that, but you don't care. Anyway, so I did cardio, and then I took care of some, like, my to-do list, and I did some emails, and then I did 30 minutes of my pastel, which turned into longer, but that's okay, it's finished. And my goal this week, at least for the weekdays, is to work for 30 minutes each day before I get into, like, the real work of the day. So day 2 is done and in the books. And I'm having fun. I also, one other thing I want to do this afternoon, maybe after the kids are home, is mount some more paper on some foam core board to continue on with my pastel journey. I might be doing some pastel matte this time. I'd like to, this was UArt, I mostly use UArt, but I'd like to also try my Luxe Archival and my pastel matte. So that's where we are. I'm gonna go have some lunch. Okay, so we're over here at my desk. This is the same sheet of Strathmore pastel paper that I swatched my Mungio pastels on when I first got them, which, as you guys know, are currently my favorite soft pastels. Now, these are supposedly a lot softer. As you can see, I've not tried them. It is winter here, so it's chillier. I think our house is set at like 68. But this room's a little bit chillier, so we will see how it goes. I'm really excited to try these. I can't believe I've waited so long to try them. Ooh, that feels creamy. Oh, that's nice. Okay, now let's try the next one. They go on so soft and so smooth. You almost don't have to apply any pressure at all. Ooh, that's nice. I can see how you would maybe fill up the tooth of the paper very fast with these, though, if you weren't being careful. They're much creamier and much softer than the Mungios. They do almost feel like lipstick, but not that soft. I've heard lots of people compare them to lipstick. At least in my wintertime house, they are not that soft. So I was worried that they were going to be like soft, like lipstick, like chapstick, and just like smear. I can tell already I want a bigger set of these. I've really been into pastels lately, both soft and oil pastels. I don't always film everything I do. I like to be able to have some time to just make experiments and do stuff on my own and not have to share every single thing that I do on social media. I think it takes the pressure off a little bit. Boy, that's soft. Some of them are a little more translucent than others, which is interesting. I can tell you as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go check and see how much these are. I know they're really expensive. Do these have light fastness rating on them? No. I really like my Sennelier soft pastels too, but they don't have light fast ratings on them. Which is, you know, it's not standard for, it's the only art supply that it's not standard to have the ASTM light fast ratings on them. Which I wish they would change because it matters to me, and I'm sure it matters to other people out there too. I have the Unison Soft Pastels, which is what I've been slowly building my collection of, and I have the Rembrandts. The Rembrandts do have pigment info and light fast ratings. The Unison don't. They state that they use only 7 and 8 level pigments in the blue wool scale, and say that they're all considered extremely light fast, and I'm trusting them on that. Maybe I shouldn't, but I am. And it does make me a little nervous, and at the same time, I haven't light fast tested them either because I don't know how I would do it. It just feels like, so like a lot of the stuff that I light fast test, I put out in my garage, but there's a little bit of moisture there, and I feel like the moisture in the air might affect the pastel test, and it might not be accurate, and all of that. Let's pick some colors and try blending them together and see how they go. Let's pretend we're doing like a sky. Let's do some light blue on the bottom. And another row of light blue. And then let's do a dark blue. And then into each other. And then let's do a little bit of white down here. And then let's just try blending it with our finger and see how it goes. Let's go with, ooh, that's nice. Oh, if you want a finger blend, these are the way to go. I can tell you that right now. If you're a finger blender, this is so much easier than the Mungios. Oh, I want a bigger set. So I don't know how I would accurately light fast test them myself at home. And it's held me back. I wanted to try like the Terry Ludwig and the, all the other big brands, and they all basically say the same thing, that they're only use 7 and 8 on the blue wool scale, and they're all extremely light fast. But there's been, the big to-do about pastels that said they were light fast not being light fast. And I think back in 2020 or so, they wanted to try to, the International Pastel Society tried to get companies to agree to do light fast testing on their pastels, because it is right now the only art supply that is not light fast rated for professional artists. Oil pastels are not mandatorily light fast rated for artist level supplies. So like watercolor, acrylic, oil paint, colored pencil, what am I missing? Gouache. Like all of those are supposed to be, if you're using an artist level, are supposed to be light fast tested and are supposed to have like pigment info. Let's just, since I did a leaf here, let's do that too and see how that goes. And they're not light fast rated. And the Terry Ludwigs, in fact, this week wrote away to a bunch of soft pastel companies asking them about light fast testing and, if they had pigment info available and if they had done any light fast testing on their soft pastels. And pretty much I'm getting just like the canned responses back saying basically what I just told you. Mountain Vision does have their pigments available, which makes me think, yay for Mountain Vision, maybe I should be trying them more. Schminke, which are very, very soft, have theirs available. They have theirs right on the wrapper. Let's see if I can pull that out. So here are my Schminke, the few sample ones I have. They're very soft. I've broken them so that I can use the pieces, but you can see they have the light fast rating. These are 5s because I picked them myself. I don't remember if they have the pigment info. Probably not on the wrapper. But they did have the pigment info available on Blick when I purchased them, because I remember looking at the pigment info when I bought them. But they are very, very soft. Well, very soft, very soft. Very soft and powdery. Maybe the softest I've ever tried. I actually found I think it was on Jackson's, a PDF of the soft pastels ranking from softest to hardest. I will put a link to that in the video description down below. Now I forgot what I was saying. So beautiful, but I mean, if they're so soft, you know, they're going to be hard to use. Great American, I think, has ratings on Blick and pigment info. Not on the wrapper, but on Blick. I'm trying to think who else does. I think that might be it. Art Spectrum maybe does. I don't know. I wrote to a bunch of companies, and if they update me later in the week, I'll let you know. So far, I've heard back from Mount Vision, like I said, and they don't have light fast testing, but they do at least have pigment info available. Terry Ludwig, Terry Ludwig, the response I got was actually a little snippy and a little rude, like that I was rude for asking if they had light fastness or pigment info available. I didn't like their tone, which is a shame because I was thinking I was just going to buy a set of Terry Ludwigs just to try because everybody talks so good about them. Even though I knew they didn't have light fast rating stuff available, but I thought maybe they had pigment info. And I was, you know, really nice about it. All I can think is maybe people have been bothering them about it. I don't know. Which is, you know, maybe they were having a bad day. I get it. You know, I'm not judging, and I may still buy a set because I really want to try them. But you know, not the best customer service. But I was thinking that, or like maybe the Diane Townsend's. I've been thinking about the Great American because I know those do, like I said, have pigment info. I don't know about Blue Earth, but that's another set I'm looking at. So I'll keep you updated on this. And I think this just probably turned into my video for this week instead of what I was planning to do, unless I reuse this footage and then, yeah. Anyway. All right, I have some other work to do, and this was fun, but I've got to go do the other work now, so. So that brings me to the whole burnout thing. I guess it's Friday afternoon now. I guess I will film a little bit about it. I'm feeling burnt out. Super burnt out. Like, super burnt out. To the point where some days I get up and I feel like I don't even want to do anything. I know it's because I pushed myself really hard this whole past year to get everything up and running. And then the whole arm, shoulder stuff happened, and now I'm feeling like I have to push myself even harder to film 3 months worth of content in the next 6 weeks. And I started doing it on Monday and Tuesday, and pulled some later nights, and now I'm paying for it. I'm gonna admit something here. I think I took on too much too fast. I don't have any solutions. This isn't like a making changes type video. I don't know how I'm going to fix it. Between YouTube and the videos and the live streams and then the 3 tiers on Patreon, 4 tiers, and then the sponsor videos, I for sure am doing too much for plus, you know, taking care of my kids and my family and doing all that stuff that I talked about earlier. I'm trying to do too much, and now my health is gonna suffer. Maybe not. Maybe it'll just be a couple days. I don't have any solutions. My whole last video, I pretty much complained about it, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much other than to tell you that I am feeling very burnt out. And sad, because I don't get to do art as much as I would like, and tired, and just worn out. So that's where we're at. It's Friday, and we have a long weekend. I think the schools are off for President's Day. I hope. So I'm probably going to do some soul searching and some journaling and just some general thinking. Because, like I said, I don't know how to solve this. I feel like I'm going to have to cut back somewhere if I'm going to keep going, but I don't know where. I was, you know, just barely hanging on to things, making the level of content that I was making, but now having to try to pre-film stuff before the surgery has pushed me over the edge. So, I am not mentally, like, feeling down. I still feel, like, hopeful about everything. I feel like I can, you know, find a way through this, and, that book I mentioned maybe helped a little bit. I don't know why, but it did. Yeah, so I'll find my way through this, and figure things out. I guess that's all I had to say this week. I can't think of anything else. So, I am hoping to do some art this weekend, but my family will be home, so I want to have some family time too. I'd like to mount some more pastel paper on some foam core board and get going on some more pieces for that. I don't see how I'm going to make I mean, the deadline isn't until the second Monday in April, but if I have my surgery mid-March, then that kind of screws things up, like, after that. I don't know how, unless I have everything, like, pre-mounted and pre-sketched and, like, ready to go, and all I have to do is pick up the pastels, which maybe I could do. Anyway, I feel like I rambled on a lot in this video. I might have to cut some of it out. Thank you for being here with me today. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it if you did. It really helps support my channel and helps keep it going. And until next time, happy creating!